Hey everyone, this is Kaisif and welcome back, and today we're going to be looking at a fully automatic basalt blasting machine using legit TNT, so no duping. And yeah, this is a farm. It can produce up to 10,000 basalt per hour, basically filling up a shulker box in just 10 minutes. And as you can see, this is not very large actually, and this works in the overworld at maximum capacity. So over here you can see the basalt being formed. We've got lava, the soul soil, and the blue ice. The basalt is formed, pulled up, pushed across, and yeah, this is very satisfying to watch. And the basalt's channeled across here into the smart piston setup, where it's just channeled around and then funneled into this central area where it's pushed down every once in a while. And yeah, you can see the pistons pushing it in, and we are also using the perfectly timed pistons to blow up the basalt with the maximum efficiency. And this obviously runs on a bit of a loop. Here we've got a counting system to decide when the piston should extend, and we've also got a bit of redstone up here with some 4-way flip-flops to control when the TNT is set off. Yeah, and this can easily be switched off using this lever over here. So as you can see, this is a bit confusing to look at, but we're going to try and break this down so that you can understand what's going on. First up, we're going to be looking at the Basalt Creation. Alright, so Basalt Creation time. So here we can see the similar setup with the lava, soul soil, and the blue ice. And we've got the basalt already formed here. This is in its current switched off state. If we update this to update the lamp, another update, and repeaters on 2 ticks, which should power all the observers in order, giving enough time for the pistons to actually push them all the way across. Over here, we've got a smart piston setup. We've got a piston down there so that it's actually 0 ticking them, and it funnels across. So if I set this off, you can see what happens. You can see the pistons being pushed outwards, pushing the blocks forwards, and then sucking the new piece of basalt up. It's a pretty cool thing to see. So we've got a sticky piston there, pushes the normal piston out. Normal piston pushes the blocks across, and we've got these pistons up top to pull out the newly formed basalt as well. So what the design is we've got the observer powering the trapdoor and the piston. The trapdoor updates this observer, which updates the extended piston, and we've got a 2-tick delay so that the pistons are allowed to extend fully. So if we just power this, you can see the 2 pistons push out, retract, and the next one's pushed in. So yeah, this is a very simple design, and it's easily tileable as well, as long as you've got enough repeaters. The reason for the redstone lamp is so that we are actually producing 2 pulses that are decently long, basically far enough so that the pistons are allowed to retract as well, because right now they are only being allowed to extend if you don't have the pulse being long enough. And as you can see, it's formed again. The blast chute in the actual design is slightly different to what we've got going on here. This pushing is automated, and the dimensions are also slightly different. Okay, here we are back to the main farm. As you can see, the basalt machina is working perfectly. And here we've got the blue line, which is basically what controls the funneling, the pushing of the pistons on the sides. You can see that that's being powered after 8 ticks. Here we've got another line after a 10-tick delay, which pushes the blocks in. We've got some transparent blocks so that it doesn't update the trapdoors again. And the blue line also has a bit of an output, which we will look into in a bit. 2-tick delay, and yeah, we've got this orange line, which is basically the feedback. It runs into 1-tick pulse generator so that the node block's only 1-ticked instead of 2-tick, which would create a few problems. The other part is the yellow line. So the yellow line is a very simple piston free tip. And as you can see, they've got two transparent blocks followed by a solid block. So what this is basically a three-way flip-flop. The signal can only pass through if there's a solid block in that position. As you can see, the redstone's not powered behind the solid block, even though there's a repeater here. That's because transparent blocks don't power it. And as you can see, only when there's a solid block will the signal be passed through. And this actually powers another set of redstone, which powers the pistons to push the basalt downwards. And we've also got this piston which is getting powered. This basically pushes the observer up and into another piston, and this is basically a four-way flip-flop, so only every 4 times will this redstone line be activated. The redstone line then goes into this system where we've got a sticky piston over here, and we've also got a normal piston over here. So this is a modified clock which actually works as a much longer delay. So this updates it so that it sets off the clock, and we've got the observer which powers it after a pretty long delay, which is determined by the number of items in the hopper. And here we've got another flip-flop. Basically the first powering powers the dispenser, and the second one retracts the piston. You've probably seen this in my netherwood farm design. So we can actually have a look at what's happening here in a little bit more detail. As you can see, that's been retracted. We'll wait for a bit for that to extend again. You can see the redstone being shifted across, redstone being pushed out of the way, and the block being dropped just in time to blow up all the TNT. So here we've got a slightly better angle to see what's happening here. You can see the the observers being pushed out completely, and we should have an activation soon. As you can see, the pistons have activated there. The redstone clock has been activated up top towards the top right, and you can see that it's just been activated, and the pistons are extended just as the TNT explodes. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. This has been Skysif, and I'm out. So ciao for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.